I want to tell you about a moment when one woman's silence could have meant genocide, and her voice saved a nation. Ancient Persia, around 480 BCE, the most powerful empire on earth. At the gate sits Mordecai, a Jewish exile. In the palace stands Haman, the king's right hand. One refuses to bow. The other decides an entire people must die. You have 3 minutes to see how it all unraveled, and how it was rewritten. Haman walks past the king's gate every day. Everyone bows, everyone except Mordecai. Was Mordecai disrespectful? That depends on what you value more, cultural protocol or spiritual conviction. In Persian court culture, bowing to a superior was standard, routine deference, nothing more. But for Mordecai, a descendant of Benjamin, bowing to Haman, an Agagite, a descendant of Israel's ancient enemy, meant honoring a legacy of bloodshed. His refusal wasn't about manners. It was about memory, identity, and a line he couldn't cross without erasing who he was. Now, was he disobedient to the king's order? Technically, yes. King Xerxes had decreed that all royal officials must bow to Haman. Mordecai didn't. But here's the nuance. His faith prohibited worship-like reverence to any man. He chose conscience over compliance, fully aware of the cost. And the cost? Haman's rage. One man's refusal became a genocide plan. Haman didn't just want Mordecai dead. He wanted every Jew in the 127 provinces erased. He cast lots, chose a date, and bought the king's signature with a promise of silver. The countdown started, irreversible, official, sealed with the king's ring. 13 months until annihilation. So did God allow that? On the surface, silence. No thunderbolts, no angelic intervention, no voice from the sky. The machinery of empire ground forward. The decree went out. Panic spread. But if you zoom out, you see something else. Positioning. Years earlier, a Jewish girl named Hadassah, later called Esther, had been chosen as queen. Mordecai had raised her. Now he stood at the gate of a palace where his adopted daughter held the one position that could reach the king. Esther's moment came with a cost. Approaching the king unsummoned meant possible death. Staying silent meant certain death. For her people, eventually, for her.
Don't think you'll escape just because you're in the palace. If you stay silent now, relief will come from somewhere else. But you and your family will perish. And who knows? Maybe you were made queen for exactly this moment.
She fasted. She decided. She went in.
If I perish, I perish.
The king extended the scepter. She exposed Haman's plot. The Jews were given the right to defend themselves. Haman died on the gallows he'd built for Mordecai. The date meant for destruction became a day of celebration, Purim, still observed today. One woman walked into a room where she wasn't summoned and changed the trajectory of history. Mordecai's refusal to bow wasn't disrespect, it was integrity. Sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is stay silent. And sometimes you were placed exactly where you are for a moment exactly like this.